What's good, Wave Familiar? It's your boy JK, and this is Unwaverd. Now, we still got to celebrate the 50 years of hip-hop. Shout out to hip-hop for being 50 years old, man. But, I was thinking about ideas for Unwaverd. I forgot to talk about how could we not talk about the women that were in hip-hop? Like, let's give it up for them, man. Come on, man. So, before I start this episode, I want to, definitely give a shout out to the Philly FMCs that's out there that I personally rock with. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got to give a shout out to Rocky. Definitely got to give a shout out to Tierra Whack, Lex Dom. This is one girl she knew. Her name Bumblebee. She nice. It's just, a lot of them not into my head right now, but shout out to the Philly FMCs. Let me get to the ones that's in the industry. You got one I definitely rock with. She my favorite right now is Lady London. She just dropped the album Fire. I like her album. It's different. Definitely very lyrical. She is dope to me. She's probably my favorite top MC right now. We have Lola Brooke. Shout out to her. I like her music. Scarlett. Definitely she's fire. Excuse me. Who else? Shensia, even though she's a dance hall artist, I do like her because she can actually rap as well. Who else? So many. I just can't think of the names offhand, but shout out to y'all. Of course, the legends. We got Eve. We got Foxy. We got Kim. We got Nicki Minaj. We got Trina. We got it's so many. Oh man, it's so many. Shauna. I'm just trying to think of ones that I'll be watching on the gram that can rap. Remy Ma, Lady Luck. The girls that do battling. Tori Doe. It's a lot of them. I don't want to get people's names wrong, but it's a lot. Shout out to the FemCs and rap, man. Y'all definitely helped build this platform that a lot of us can, a lot of us can thrive from. So we definitely got to give it up to y'all. And y'all, the major part that y'all play, I know I'm forgetting a lot of names, but I'm saying definitely shout out to all of y'all. But the topic that I want to talk about is, I'm not going to say it's really a controversial topic, but it's always a topic that I always wanted to touch on. And it's with the battle between Lady Luck and Remy Ma. Well, there were two battles, right? So the general consensus is that, Remy Ma, beat Lady Luck in both battles. Me personally, I have a different opinion on it. But before I get to that, man, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. We is on our road to 1,000 subs. Appreciate y'all all for the love. And for this new series, I didn't think this new series was going to do, as good, but it's actually doing great, and I'm thankful for that. But let me get to some of the categories that I want to get into. What's good with y'all? Wave Familiar. This is your boy JK again, and I'm showing you here for y'all to go on my website, PlayaWave.com. If you're trying to get the latest merch / drip for you to wear for the wintertime, summertime, don't matter. You can wear it at any time. Definitely get it. You can definitely get it on the website here. If you want to see all of my content, definitely go on here in the music or PlayaWave TV tab, and you're going to see all of my content there. Definitely support your guy, and definitely go on www.playawave.com. Know that. What I want to do first, right, is when we talk about the battle itself, we have to talk about the landscape of what battling was back in, I want to say they battled twice. I think they battled in 01 or 02, and then the other battle was in like 04. So we want to get the landscape, right? So the landscape at that time is the place that they were battling at was a popular place in New York. A lot of people have battled there, from, the people that's in the battle leagues now to the veterans to whoever. They pretty much battled in the Fight Club. That's what it was called. It was ran by International P. It was a very place where dudes really went up there, bet a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Tens of thousands of dollars to go up there and battle to win. And you had judges where I think it was 3 judges where they judged, you know, should they keep continuing and who wins or whatever the case may be, right? So at this time, you have to understand, this is not the battling of what it is now, where it's more commercialized, where, you know, you tailored your rounds towards the MC or whatever the case may be, where you can do personals, things like that. So it was a different landscape at that time. A lot of it, when you was battling, because me coming from the rap world, I know for me battling people, you had to, you know, had the raps in your mind. You probably had 1,000 raps that you're just trying to go off. They most of them more likely be battle raps, right? So at that time period, you wasn't really doing a lot of raps that were tailored towards your opponent. You may freestyle maybe something here and there to maybe go against your opponent, but that wasn't the landscape. So I want people to understand, the battling of back then was not the battling of now, where you had time to prepare for your opponent and everything how it is now. Back then, it was who was nicer. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, right? So at that time, so let me go to the first battle, right? So the first battle, of course, Remy Ma was known. She's a part of Terror Squad. Everybody knows who Terror Squad is. That's Big Pun, Fat Joe, Tony Sunshine, big rap squad back in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s, right? So she's a part of a very legendary group, right? So at that time, she was young. I think she was like 21 when she did the first battle, right? So if you see that first battle, you could tell at that time, I think around the time she was starting to bubble, right? So she was bubbling. I think she just did the Annie Up remix, and that's what she was really known for, was the Annie Up remix, right? So at that time, she just started to get into the industry. Her name was starting to get out there. She was doing a couple features. She was on Big Pun second album. You know, he died before his album actually came out, but she was on that album. So she was bubbling a little bit, right? So she's starting to get a name. Lady Luck, on the other hand, she was known in the industry, but she was known for, you know, she was signed to Def Jam. She was on the Symphony, what was it, Symphony 2000? Yeah, Symphony 2000 with EPMD. That's what she was known for. She was in the video, everything. She was known for that great verse that she had on there. But I think at this time, either she wasn't signed with them anymore, so and you got to understand, she wasn't really on, besides 72,000, she wasn't really on any other huge songs and wasn't with a group either, right? And she wasn't signed as far as I know. So when they first battled the first time, you can say that Remy Ma had more of the name, right? But in my opinion, this is my opinion. And I'm talking about the first battle. The first battle, I feel like Lady Luck won that. And the reason I feel like she won is because she was just stellar with her raps. Like, she did say a couple things tailored towards Remy Ma, but she was on point with her rhyme scheme, rhyme pattern. Right. So with Remy Ma, she had some bars, but I felt like hers was just more swag rap. Like, it was more like, I'm better than, like, basically like really trying to put a swag out there. She did have one good round, and the good round that she had was tailored towards Lady Luck. And I feel that being that she had that good round that was so tailored towards her opponent is what the judges gave her the edge on. So that's why I feel like she won. But if you really look at the battle, though, she was kind of incoherent. She, in one joint, she kind of stumbled, and that's why she stopped. She wasn't like her. You could tell just the confidence level wasn't as there as much as Lady Luck, because Lady Luck got on the table, started rapping and all that. So her confidence level was very, very high. So in my opinion, I just feel like she had that one good round, and that's why the judges gave it to her. But in all totality, Lady Luck won that first one. Now, the second one, I think that battle was in 2004. And now, mind you, around this time when they battled again, Remy Ma is Remy Ma. You know what I'm saying? She was on, I think, Lean. She was already on some hit singles, Lean Back. You know, the Terror Squad album, I think it had dropped before that, you know, around that, yeah, before that time or whatever. I think the Terror Squad album came out like 2002, 2003, maybe 2004. But it was around that time. So she was bubbling. You could tell, like, her confidence level was boosted up because at this point, she's Remy Ma of the industry. You know what I'm saying? So that was what the edge I feel like she had in that second battle. But Lady Luck was coming with some stuff, too. So I can't take nothing away from Lady Luck in the second battle, too. Even though I felt like Remy, she definitely did way better than she did in her first joint. Because her first joint, like, I felt like she, like, if you peep her demeanor in the first battle, it was just like, yeah, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, yeah, to try to get some bread. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to rap my raps. And, like, I think she kind of underestimated Lady Luck, to be honest with you. But, the second one, she came with it. I will say that. I still don't think the raps were as, they were okay, but I still feel like, same thing again. I think she edged, I'm not going to say edged, but I think the judges gave it, because this one went to sudden death. I don't think the first one did. This one, I think, went to sudden death as far as I remember. So when it did, that's when she started doing the personal raps. And I think that's what gave her the second one, right? But even in the second one, I still feel like Lady Luck was on point with hers. I don't think she slacked in that either. So, but I think for both battles, I think because Remy had the good personal rounds and had the crowd a little bit, that's why they gave it to Remy Ma. So I want to give y'all a little bit of history of how I knew about the battle. So back at that time, now, of course, you can see it on YouTube, and I remember at the time they had dropped the DVD not too long after that, so you can actually see the battle. I actually heard the battle. They used to have it on mixtapes. Like, you know what I'm saying? They actually had the audio on mixtapes. So when I first heard, and this was the first battle, it wasn't the second one. The first battle, they had it on audio, and I remember you had to either get it on a mixtape or download it online. So when I originally heard it, if you just heard the audio, Lady Luck was killing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's only until you see it visually where it's just like, I don't think it swayed my opinion. No, it didn't sway my opinion. It was just like, okay, now you see the actual battle and their demeanors and this, that, and the third. So to me, it made more sense to reassure to me that I felt like Lady Luck won. So even in the audio, just audio, no visual, I think Lady Luck was doing her thing. But the video version, and you know, with the video version, of course, you know, this is for the second battle. You know, Remy Ma was on her swagged out time, and you know, you could tell she really was feeling herself. But that's just, I just want to give y'all a little backstory for the history. But this is the main part I want to get to, right? And this is probably gonna be the most controversial part, right? So the narrative after that, when she won, is that, you know, Remy Ma killed Lady Luck. She killed Lady Luck. And this is then the third. I watched an interview with Lady Luck with Vlad TV where she said that it affected her in such a negative way because it was so many platforms that were saying, DJs that she was cool with, radio hosts, people that she actually was cool with was that, you know, they done ate at her crib and everything else, they was turning against her and was like, yeah, Lady Luck got killed and Remy Ma. And she said it was one time where Remy Ma came up. I don't think it was, I want to say Hot 97. I don't remember. It was a popular radio station. And her and what you call it just going in on Lady Luck. And she was just like, wow, like, I thought, you know, me and these people were personal friends. We was cool. But it felt like as soon as she had the ball, everybody just kind of shitted on me, you know, in lack of a better word. So there's one thing you got to understand, and I don't like this about the industry either. Basically, the person who's the hottest, that's where everybody's going to lean towards. It don't matter if we was cool a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever, eating at my crib, whatever. If that person got the ball, everybody is going to go towards that person who is hot right now. It don't matter what it is. And you have to understand, back then, there was no social media, right? So all you had to do, especially if you're a young artist coming up and you're backed by a label, the label has the radio in their pocket. They got some of these media platforms, magazines and all that at that time. They had them in their back pocket. So even if Lady Luck came out as the victor of the battle, right? What would that have done to Remy Ma's career? Now, I'm not saying that she still wouldn't have been Remy Ma, whoever she was, but you have to understand the power of what labels have, and she's being backed by Terror Squad. The power that they have at the time is, if they're basically developing this artist, it can't be that Lady Luck won and killed Remy Ma, because then that kind of kills her, I ain't gonna say her status, but to the public's eyes, it's like, man, you let Lady Luck get you? Like, should we even buy your album? Like, are you, like, and I'm not saying that it would have mattered, right? It's just that you had to understand the power that these things had, especially at those times where you had to be on radio, you had to be in the magazines. So when they're pushing all this money behind you, it can't be that Lady Luck beat you. And I'm not saying it as an excuse. I'm just giving y'all how it is when you are the hot thing at the time and they're trying to develop you. They can't have you falter. You know what I'm saying? I'll just give you a little quick example. Like, third round knockout with Cannabis, right? Everybody saying LL got killed, da. But LL is LL. He's being backed by Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? So when The Ripper Strikes Back came out, it was, oh, Cannabis got killed. You had to understand, that's part of your promo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's part of your promo and your marketing. They can't have you out there saying that you got killed by a newcomer. You get what I'm trying to say? So that, I feel like, also played a part into it. And it's sad that, you know, she was saying that she was going through a rough time, Lady Luck, I'm saying, going through a rough time and feeling like she wanted to, you know, end her existence and things of that. Now, and I felt for that. But you have to understand, at that time, there's no social media. There's no other ways to promote yourself unless you got on a label or he was doing it independently. But the labels had, you know, the sauce. So at that time, you know, Remy Ma had to be the victor. I'm not saying that she didn't win. In my opinion, I think she lost. But I'm just saying, you have to look at it from a bird's eye view. You have to look at it. The bigger picture is, we're pushing this artist. She needs to basically can't falter. You know what I'm saying? But that's my controversial take on it. Shout out to Remy Ma. Shout out to Lady Luck. Remy Ma got a dope battle league that she got going on called Chrome 23. I watched a couple of her battles. Or battles on her league, I should say. And she's doing her thing. Shout out to Lady Luck. I see us. She did a couple battles too, which was dope, by the way. She had battled, I forget, Miss Hustle, and I like that battle. And I started to go back and watch her other battles. She's really dope, and I don't think she gets enough credit, especially in the rap community and the battle community. I think she has some stellar, battles. But that's my take on it, man. Like how it's subscribed to the channel, man. Your boy out, know that. If you want any type of promo on PlayaWave TV, definitely hit me in the DM on my Instagram, JK PlayaWave, for any type of promo, clothing promo, sponsorships. Definitely hit your boy up. Know that.